All right, family, if you're looking to buy a home in 2025, there is a lot you need to know. This isn't the same market from a few years ago. And if you go into it blind, you will get left behind. Today, I'm going to walk you through everything step by step so you know exactly how to buy a home in 2025 the right way. Stick around because I'll be sharing with you real stories from buyers who have been in your shoes, what has worked for them, what didn't work for them, and how you can learn from their experiences and avoid costly mistakes. All right, let's get into it. Step one. Now, before you even start looking at homes, you need to know what's going on in the 2025 housing market. Interest rates right now are higher than you think. In 2025, mortgage rates aren't exactly those crazy lows we saw from a few years ago. Right now, they're hovering from around 6.5% to 7.2%. And that depends on the loan type you're going for and your credit. Now, home prices in the large majority of the country is still rising. But since I'm in the Carolinas and in the Charlotte region, Charlotte, Monroe, and the surrounding areas are still seeing price increases, just at a slower pace than before. I have to say this, waiting for a price drop is not a strategy to buy a home. Not in this market. And competition right now is tougher for first-time home buyers. Investors and cash buyers are still out there, but there are ways to compete, and I'll get to those in a minute. Real quick, let me introduce myself. I am Sir Ashley. I am a real estate agent in both North and South Carolina, and I've been in real estate for over a decade as a real estate attorney, investor, and a licensed realtor. And I've helped over 1,000 families move to or within the Carolinas. So if you have any questions about buying, selling, or investing, reach out to me. I would love to help. Now let's get back into it. Step two, you need to get pre-approved. No, not just pre-qualified. I need you to get pre-approved. One of the biggest mistakes a buyer can make is thinking that a pre-qualification is enough. In this housing market right now in 2025, you need to get pre-approved, meaning that the lender has already reviewed your credit, your income, your assets, and your debts, and has confirmed exactly how much home you can afford on paper. This is a pro tip. Get pre-approved before you look at houses. So that way, when you're house hunting, you're ready to submit an offer immediately when you find that right home. Step three, know your loan options. 2025 has brought some new loan programs, and understanding them can save you thousands of dollars on the front end and on the back end. There are FHA loans, great for first-time home buyers with lower credit. Now, the minimum credit score for an FHA loan is 580. Now, I say it's a good loan for first-time home buyers, but in this market right now, I've even had some move-up buyers go FHA because the interest rate just worked in their favor. So that's why partnering up with a good team is vital when you're trying to decide if you're gonna buy a home and which option or which route you're gonna take. Now, there's also conventional loans, and that's a solid option for people with strong credit. Now, the minimum credit score for a conventional loan is typically around 620. But to get the best rates for a conventional loan, you typically have to be around a 680 or above. That will open up the best rates for a conventional loan. Now, since I service both North and South Carolina, there's a North Carolina first-time homebuyer program, which is new in 2025, offering up to $15,000 in down payment assistance for qualified buyers. Now, in this market, there's also something called buy downs. The most typical one is a 2-1 buy down, and yes, they've made a comeback. Now, with the 2-1 buy down, you pay a lower interest rate the first 2 years before it adjusts to an agreed upon rate. Pro tip, always ask your lender if there are any grants or first-time homebuyer incentives that you may qualify for. Step four, find the right realtor for you. Now, I might be biased, but your realtor can make or break your experience, especially in this hectic market. You want a realtor who knows the local market trends, understands how to negotiate in this market in 2025, and can find homes even before they hit the market. And the reason why you want a realtor that can find homes before they even hit the market is because depending on the price point or budget, when certain homes hit the market, they're gone immediately or they're bid up. You want to be able to get in when there's little to no competition, and that's typically before they hit the market. Now, this is a true story. My client Kevin was struggling to get his offers accepted. After 3 losses, we switched up our strategy. And with our new strategy, we offered seller incentives, got creative with contract terms, and won the home without even being the highest bidder. Now, you have to get creative depending on your price point because it is very competitive in the price point that is below the median home price in your area. So in the Charlotte area, homes under 370, 375, and if it's in very good condition, tend to go very quickly if it's in a great location as well. Now, this is a pro tip. Work with a realtor who knows how to compete, not just someone who knows how to submit offers. Also, if your realtor is asking you, hey, what should our offer be? I know you might have already signed a contract with them, but that realtor is not for you. See, you're hiring a professional, someone that should be telling you what the offer should be and what's most likely to get accepted. If they're relying on you to decide what offer to make, why are you even working with them? Step number 5, house hunting and making offers. Now that you're pre-approved and you have a realtor, it is go time. But house hunting in 2025 is different than before. You know, in this market, you need to know your must-haves versus your nice-to-haves. Don't waste time touring homes that won't work for you. Be ready to offer quickly depending on your price point. Now, I know I've been talking about certain price points a lot because the housing market is different at different price points. If it is below the median price in the area, typically it's very competitive. If it's above the median price by about 100,000, you have a little bit more leeway. Now, if it's an ultra luxury property that is very rare and seldom hits the market, you might be in a very competitive market. That home may have a lot of competition. So just because it's an expensive home doesn't mean that there won't be any competition. But typically, there's always competition for the less expensive homes between investors and first-time home buyers. Also, you need to consider buyer incentives and seller incentives instead of just offering more money. If you're a buyer in this market and you're looking at a home right around the median price in the area and you keep losing on those offers, you might want to try the following. Try offering covering some of the seller's closing costs. Offer a shorter inspection period. Also, allow the seller to rent back for 30 days or 45 days. True story. My client Maria won her home by offering a free 2-week rent back to the seller. By doing so, she was able to beat out other offers just because this is what the seller needed. They needed time to be able to pack up and move as opposed to more money. Step number 6, home inspections and negotiations. This is the fun part for me. Even in 2025, do not skip the home inspection. This one hits very close to home because I was under contract recently, about a week ago, here in the Fort Mill area. And we did a home inspection and it came back with some water damage. And it appeared that the seller tried to hide this water damage. Good thing we had the inspection done and we were able to catch it and brought it to their attention and like, hey, we need you to fix this. Well, they didn't want to fix it. So we got out of that contract and now we're under contract for a different home. That home inspection ended up saving them tens of thousands of dollars because it was a severe water damage issue that probably had mold behind the walls. So do not avoid getting a home inspection even in 2025. Now, when you do a home inspection, major deal breakers are things such as structural issues, bad roofing, foundation problems, and as I mentioned, water damage and mold problems. And when you get an inspection, that inspection report is going to be anywhere from 40 to 140 pages. They're going to have, hopefully it doesn't have any major deal breakers in it, but it most definitely will have minor things wrong with the home. And you can use those minor repairs as leverage to negotiate credits. Now, quick tip again, sellers in 2025 aren't really giving huge discounts, but they are willing to offer closing costs and seller concessions, as well as credits for repairs. Now, there's always that exception. If the home has been on the market twice the average days on market, then I say throw out a lowball offer. See if they're willing to bite because that home is costing them money every day it sits on the market. Step number 7, closing the deal. Once your offer is accepted, you're almost there. But here's what happens next. You need to get the final mortgage approval. Your lender will recheck your finances, so please do not open any new credit cards or make any big purchases, and definitely do not buy a car. Don't close any credit cards either. And in the Carolinas, the attorneys handle this. You have the title search, and then you have the appraisal by the bank or the lender. These ensure that you're paying a fair market value for the property and that the property is legally clear so it can be sold to you. Also, there's the final walkthrough. One last check before closing to make sure everything is as expected. You see, you had an inspection and you asked for certain things to be fixed. This final home walkthrough allows you to see to make sure that those things that were supposed to be fixed has been done. Now, closing costs in 2025 are about 3 to 4% of the home price. So please budget for them. Now, hopefully you didn't think I was done, because I have some bonus things that will put you ahead of the game when it comes to buying a home in 2025. Stick around. In this market, here's what's working. Start your search early. The best deals go fast. Get a local lender. Sellers prefer buyers working with trusted local lenders. Also, consider new construction. Some builders are offering rate buydowns to help combat higher interest rates and affordability. I had a client that got $24,000 from the builder in credits. She used a lot of that for a rate buydown, but also paid a large portion of her closing costs. These are the different things that are working in today's market right now. And buying down her rate ended up saving her $400 monthly. So there's incentives out here. You just need to know who to ask, where to find them, and who to work with. All right, family, that's your complete guide to buying a home in 2025. Are you planning to buy a home this year? If so, drop a comment below with your biggest questions. And if you need a trusted realtor to guide you through the process, you know where to find me. Call, text, or email. I'm here to help you win in this market.